Quick one. Emma Bamikalo.
A brother by the name Adewale in the UK here has been sentenced to prison yesterday, being the 11th of June 2025. So I'll give you the gist of what actually happened. First of all, if us can learn from it. So Adewale has been sentenced to jail yesterday for committing the crime that I would say it was, it was avoidable. Yeah, for a crime that is avoidable. So what happened? Adewale came to this country, I think sometimes last year, with his family as a care worker. And then he worked with the NHS, with the hospital, Yorkshire Hospital. You can browse it, Google it, Yorkshire Adewale. So what happened? Adewale was working that same day, and then he was assigned a patient to look after, which was a female patient. So when Adewale came into that NHS hospital, they discovered that the way Adewale was communicating with other female patients, it looks awkward. And some of our fellow brothers, some of our African brothers, did spoke to Adewale and told him, see, you need to be very careful. This country is different from Africa. This is an entirely different society. So the way you communicate to female patient is different from the way you communicate to female patient in Africa, because anything can happen here. But Adewale kept a deaf ear. So one of these days he came for duty and he was assigned a female patient. This patient was in severe pain, and then he was asked to go and bathe this patient, to clean her up. Because of how Adewale saw how this patient was in pain and she wasn't comforted, what did he do? In order to empathize with her, in order to sympathize with her, in order to show compassion, because that's what most people write in their CV, ability to show compassion, Adewale decided to give this woman a kiss to comfort her. But because this woman was in pain, she couldn't do anything, she overlooked it. The next day again, when Adewale came, he was still assigned the same patient to go and look after her. When Adewale came in, he still saw that this woman was still in pain, she couldn't move, she was just on the bed. In order for Adewale to comfort her, he decided to give her a kiss. But this woman decided to report him. She decided to report him to the hospital management, and when the camera was checked, true, Adewale gave this woman a kiss. And when the employer called him and asked him, he said that he was trying to comfort her, he was trying to empathize with her, because there was no way she could be comforted from her pain. So pain medication, no, they doing work again, Abi. Okay. So Adewale was suspended. So he wasn't just suspended, he has also been sued for sexual assault in this country. See, if there's anything that can ruin your career in this UK, if there's anything that will scatter your career, is anything that has to do with sexual assault. Once you commit a sexual assault, it will be difficult for you to get a job in the care industry. It will be very difficult. So Adewale now has been sentenced to jail yesterday after the hearing, and then he will be going to jail. He has a wife in this country. Report also has it that he has children. So Adewale has not just put himself in trouble, he has decided to put his wife and his children in trouble. So please, if you are an immigrant, if you come into any country, know the rules and regulations. So I don't know, Nigerians, because I've worked in Nigeria for many years before I came to the UK, is that how we empathize with our patient? Do we kiss our patient because they are in pain? Is that how we do in Nigeria? Is that how you do in Ghana and other African countries? Do we empathize with our patient by giving them a kiss? Will kiss comfort them? Will kiss reduce the pain? What is the essence of pain medication? I know we are trying to show compassion, but no matter what, you cannot kiss your patient by any, you don't have the right. So Adewale has been sentenced to jail for sexual assault with regards to kissing this man. So please, this is a lesson for all of us to learn. Know the code and conduct of your job. Know the rules and regulation of your industry. Don't just sit there not knowing what to do. And if you have tendency for women, please be careful, because this country, there are fine women and if you fall into trouble at any time. Alright guys, do well to share this video and don't forget to follow my page for more stories of immigrants. Cheers.
Adébáyọ̀ Àlàó Àkàlà ó mà ṣe o, iná wá dilẹ̀ lẹ́yìn àsùnṣùjẹ. Ìkànnù ọmọ Àkàlà wá lọ ilé ẹjọ́, wọ́n ní wọn ò rí jà parí látìgbà tí wọ́n ti sìnkú Àkàlà. Ó wá lọ ilé ẹjọ́, ó wá gba ilé ẹjọ́ lọ. wá ní kí wọ́n wò kú bàbá àwọn kí wọ́n wá ṣe DNA test. Ó ní kí Akálà ọmọ sinmi. Ó ní kó mọ ìyá aláró ọmọ sùn tí bá ń sùn kí wọ́n jí. Mo ní nítorí kíni? Wọ́n ní nítorí ogún ẹ̀ tó fi ilẹ̀ náà ni. Nítorí ilé tó fàágùn kọ́. Nítorí ọrọ̀ tó kójọ kó tó lọ. Kí wọ́n jí kó mọ́ sùn ní kòtò. Kí wọ́n fọ́ gbogbo táìsì tí wọ́n fi ṣe ilé ìkẹyìn rẹ̀ lọ́ṣọ̀ọ́. Kí wọ́n tún wú jáde ní bọ̀rọ̀ gidi. Kí wọ́n wá gbé òkú Akálà gẹ̀gẹ̀gẹ̀. Tó bá ṣe yín ni wọ́n bá kí wọ́n kó. Bí wọ́n bá run orí ẹ̀ ń bẹ̀ kí wọ́n kó. Bó ṣe gun ni wọ́n bá kí wọ́n lọ lúbúlúbú. Bí wọ́n bá sì bá ẹran kí wọ́n padà gé. Kí wọ́n wá gbé lọ laboratory. Kí wọ́n lọ rèé jọ́. Kí wọ́n wo kẹ́míkà tí ń bẹ ń bẹ̀. Kí wọ́n wò bóyá bá tara àwọn ọmọ méjèèjì mu. Nítorí kíni ó jẹ́? Wọ́n nítorí ilé ńlá rẹ̀ tó kọ́. Ó láwọn ẹ́stéètì ńlá kan. Wọ́n ní ló dìjà ń gba Akálà kú tán. Wọ́n ní wọ́n pọ̀ ní owó ńlá ní báǹkì tilẹ̀ yá àti tòkè òkun. Níbi tí wọ́n ti rí náírà, dọ́là àti pound sterling. Wọ́n ní nítorí eléyìí Akálà ò gbọ́dọ̀ sun àsùnfojú lérun. Wọ́n ní kí wọ́n jí Akálà bí bá ń sùn lọ́wọ́. Wọ́n ní tí wọ́n bá ń kẹ́ lọ́wọ́ kí wọ́n ní wọ́n dọ́wọ́ kẹ́ ìdúró náà. Wọ́n ní nítorí pé àwọn ọmọ ń jà sí tó fi ilẹ̀ lẹ́yìn tó ti lọ. Ó mà ṣe o. Inú mi bàjẹ́. Inú mi bàjẹ́. Ṣé torí tá a fi ń sáré ọ̀nà rèé? Wọ́n ti àdúrà àwọn tẹ́ ń pa tẹ́ bá fẹ́ dépò. Ẹran tí bẹ́ẹ̀ mi èèyàn ò ṣe jọ yín lójú. Ẹran tí mẹ̀kúnnù tẹ́ fìyà jẹ ńgbẹ́ bá wà ń pò. Ẹran tí òkè tẹ́ sùn tẹ́ ní rántí pẹ́ sọ̀kalẹ̀ mọ́. Ẹran tí bẹ́ẹ̀ sì máa tẹ mẹ̀kúnnù bàṣubàṣu tẹ́ tẹ̀ wọ́n lójúmọ́lẹ̀. Ẹran tí bí ìgbé ayé ìdẹ̀rùn mẹ̀kúnnù ṣe jọ yín lójú. Ẹran tí owó ẹlẹ́bi tẹ́ kó fáláre. Ẹran tí owó tó yẹ kí ìlú kó jẹ́ tìlú tẹ́ fi kó dúkìá nìkan jọ. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń kó dúkìá jọ lọ́wọ́ báyìí. Àtẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń pé tó bá gbà lẹ́fun àfi dandan lákẹ́ dépò. Agbégilérí tẹ̀yìn lójú o. Tọ́rẹ́ dépò náà. Gbogbo tẹ́ bá fẹ́ ṣe ń bẹ̀ ẹ́ ṣe. Tẹ́ bá sí tán kọ́ ẹ kú ń bẹ̀. Tẹ́ bá kú ń bẹ̀ tán ẹ padà lọ. Yóò wá kù yín yọ́ kẹ́yìn. Wọ́n nílé ọ̀hún pọ̀ púpọ̀. Wọ́n lówó ọ̀hún pọ̀ púpọ̀. Wọ́n ní dúkìá ọ̀hún ó yà kàbútẹ́rì. Ilé ayé ilé asán. Àfọwọ́bà fílẹ̀ lásán lásán. Fẹ́ dìgbà mo fẹ́ dàwó. Mo fẹ́ dogún mo fẹ́ dọ́gbọ̀n. Mo fẹ́ di kòkò bàbá àsáàsùn. Mo fẹ́ máa bọ̀ kílẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀. Èmi mo fẹ́ kí wọ́n máa pè. Ìfẹ́ ó yẹ lómi ìmọ́jú mi lọ. Ìdí iṣẹ́ tí mo ń ṣe èmi nìkan náà ni. Vanity upon vanity. Ilé ayé tó ti tán ká tó sọ pé ó tán. Àìláròjinlẹ̀ ọmọ ìdá ìmọ̀ pọ̀ fà. Ó mọ̀ lágbára o. Ẹ̀mí tí ò ní dọ̀la tí ń dóṣù mẹ́fà. Ìwọ tó mọ̀gbà tó kú. Tó sì ní wọ́n lọ pẹ nìkan. Bí ó lè rí wọ́n nítorí kíni? Ó nítorí pé ẹjọ́ ń dupò. Ẹjọ́ wọlé. Òun lọ́lọ́ yàn nìyẹn. Bọ́lá sì ṣe èèyàn kọ́ wọlé iná lọ́lọ́ yan ìyà tí. Àdánwò ọ̀yàn tí. Ní tí ọmọ ọ̀yàn tí. Wàhálà tí ń bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ọ̀yàn tí. Tọ́lọ́mọ̀ bá jẹ́ ọ wọlé kọ yẹn wàhálà tí ọ̀nù.
And that is why I have come to the point in my life. I lost a dear friend recently. May God rest his soul. But it has taught me a lesson. All of us are transient beings. We're here today, and we may be gone tomorrow. So I'm not going to waste whatever is left of my life trying to tell somebody who is awake to wake up. Yorùbás will say, ẹni tó sùn là ń jí, ẹnìkan ò kì í bá wọn jí apirọrọ. It is the man who is sleeping that you arouse. You don't awaken the man pretending to be asleep. Am I the one who has to tell these religious traders that the country is collapsing around their ears and they should tell their congregation? They could march on the street and be praying nonsensical prayers, but they cannot speak in support of the right of citizens to protest. How many pastors? Am I the one who will tell them that? Am I the one who will tell the imams who went to Aso Rock and the lesser imams were given, the lesser clerics were given $10,000 and the bigger ones were given 20? Am I the one who will tell them to stop lying to the victims of their excesses? If I'm working to awaken the people to find common purposes, and those who are called in the name of God are busy profiting from the misery of the people and being paid off to be silent, to the point where clerics have become distribution point for palliatives. So I cannot waste my life. In actual fact, I think about 4 or 5 years ago, I wrote a piece, I do not write for you. What was I saying? I'm not speaking or writing for this generation anymore. It's a waste of time. But I am playing my own role. What I have discerned as my purpose for living, I am doing it. History would absolve me. And coming generations will either read of my work or find things that I have said, and they will remember there was a sane one amongst them, even though he was the one they deemed insane. But my conscience is clear. I go into my bed, I'm asleep within 2 minutes, Egbon. Within 2 minutes, I'm sleeping. Regardless of what the storms might be, my conscience is clear.
Hello, what is going on here? What is going on? When I just watch you, see say it's good to be giving. Say our president they give well. They do charity well. This is good and amazing. Just watch you. Wow, second person. This is good and amazing. Wow. This country now. Wow. Let me share. Hello, what is going on here?
This morning, and I got the story of what happened. The first 7 calls I put across were all killed. The first 7 guys I called.
You tried to call, we're all dead.
Exactly. They were all dead. So in my village today, if you speak to someone, just be very rest assured that in the next 1 week or 2 weeks, you hear the sad news about that person you've just spoken to. And do you know, before now, just last month, about 20 people were killed in that same village. They are the Fulani, and it's not ethnic profiling. They are the Fulani, it's not ethnic profiling. When people want to be politically correct, they will say, no, that is an ethnic, it's not, and that is why you see the Sultan of Sokoto will not react to this. He reacted when just about 11 people were butchered were killed in Edo State, the so-called hunters. They reacted. They put up Northern Elders Forum. They made several press conferences. Many governors stood up. The governor of Edo had to travel to some of these states to go and say sorry. Just 11 hunters, that is alleged hunters, if really they were hunters, who were killed. Now 200, nobody in the north is speaking. Because that is the collective agenda. Jihad and the complete takeover of the land of our people. And let me tell you, so I'm saying it authoritatively. I'm an authority in this area. I was born and raised in Jos. I speak Hausa as my first language. I speak Hausa better than I speak Tiv. And let me tell you, this thing they call intelligence. We are the sources of this intelligence. The government sometimes use the narrative of intelligence to confuse you, as if what they know is different. They know exactly what we know, or we even know better. Because we are the sources of this intelligence. Many of my friends from the adjoining villages in Nasarawa State, who are of different ethnic group other than the Fulanis, anytime the Fulanis are mobilizing, like this attack, they told us day before yesterday. We communicated to the security force. Nothing has been done. They communicated to us.
No, just hold on, because this is too much to rush. I'm sorry. Are you saying that you got an intelligence report as a civilian? Your
Yes.
community had an intelligence report about this particular attack that killed over 200 people, and you.
My sister, do you know the funny thing? It is no longer secret. It's just like the secret cultism in Nigeria. They gathered their AK-47 in a community called Giza in Nasarawa State, in the boundary between Nasarawa and Benue, in Giza and Kadorko. All our friends from there, and they come out in the open way. They are just in the whole meeting openly. You know, they are going to strike in Hirota, and then some people begin to bid them farewell. Allah Kulafia. May God take you safely. May God take you safely. Yes, they came in more than 100 bites. Listen, but that is how your country has degenerated. that these things are done in broad daylight. It has degenerated. And let me tell you, let me also shock you, about 7 soldiers, I'm saying it as it is, about 7 soldiers joined them from the Giza, the community, adjoining my own village. They arrested one who uttered all this, made this confession. He said some of the soldiers from Giza trained them of ethnic Fulani ethnic stock. And
bí ẹnu bá jàkàrà kọjá òun ò gbà yóò pòfóló iná kékeré ni tọ́ọ̀gbìn lè pa ṣó orí mọ́tò tí wọ́n dẹrù lé lórí tí ń padà ẹ̀yìn òun náà rò pé òun lè gbé ni bílé ayé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ṣe rí òun nìyẹn o oríṣiríṣi ẹrù ní kálukú dìlera ẹ̀ lórí tó jẹ́ pé kò padà jára iwájú tí ò padà jẹ́rú ẹ̀yìn mọ́ ó jẹ́ yẹra rẹ wò ní tó bá yẹ kó o yọ́ lẹ́nu ẹrù rẹ kẹrù rẹ ó lè bá a fúyẹ́ kó o lè bá a débi tó ń lọ wọn èyí kí aláṣẹ ti kú iṣẹ́ o omi tá a fi ń wẹ̀ pọ̀ èyí tí ń dànù ló pọ̀ ó ní kú tògótògó ire o Alábí aláṣẹ làní.
And Gaddafi was being taken down. A number of African presidents said, wait, hold. We will fly into Libya and we can have some kind of diplomatic conversations. The feedback from external actors to them was, if you fly into Libyan airspace, we cannot guarantee your security. I want you to think about that for a minute, that heads of state of the African continent were told this on our continent. And ladies and gentlemen, what is Libya today? What is Libya today? And it happened on our watch.
Àwọn onímọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ ti ṣàwárí ìgbà tó ṣeé ṣe kọ́mọ ẹ̀dá ènìyàn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní parun lórí ilẹ̀. Nínú iṣẹ́ ìwádìí kan tí wọ́n tẹ̀ jáde nínú àtẹ̀wádìí, ìyẹn jọ́nà kan tórúkọ rẹ̀ ń jẹ́ Nature Geoscience, ni wọ́n ti fìdí ẹ̀ múlẹ̀ pé àyípadà ńlá yóò bá ojú òfurufú wa, tí í ṣe àgbáríjọpọ̀ afẹ́fẹ́ tó kún fún lóèmí ìyẹn oxygen tá à ń mí sínú. Wọ́n ṣàwárí rẹ̀ pé ojú òfurufú wa ti ń pàdánù àwọn lóèmí tó wà nínú rẹ̀, àti pé nígbà tó bá yá kò ní sí lóèmí lójú òfurufú wa mọ́. Lóèmí oxygen ni gáàsì tá à ń mí sínú tó ń mú wa wà láàyè. Àpèjá lóèmí ni olú èémí. Bí ò bá wá sí lóèmí lójú òfurufú wa mọ́, ṣé ẹ mọ̀ pé lórílẹ̀ ó ti di gòǹbé nìyẹn. Kí ló wá fà á tójú òfurufú wa yóò ṣe pàdánù lóèmí? Oòrùn ni o. Oòrùn ní ìtànyànyàn, luminosity rẹ̀ yóò pọ̀ sí tí yóò sì jẹ́ kórí ilẹ̀ ó gbóná sí. Bí ìtànyànyàn oòrùn bá ṣe ń pọ̀ sí ni yóò máa mú àdínkù bá àwọn lúlèjì, ìyẹn CO2 táwọn ohun ọ̀gbìn lè fi ṣètò oúnjẹ. Àpèjá lúlèjì ni lúèmí, lúèédú, èjì táwọn òyìnbó mọ̀ sí carbon dioxide. Lúlèjì àtomi làwọn ohun ọ̀gbìn máa ń lò láti ṣe ìfìmọ́lẹ̀ ṣètò oúnjẹ táwọn òyìnbó mọ̀ sí photosynthesis. Èyí yóò yọrí sí kí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ohun ọ̀gbìn kú. Àwọn ohun ọ̀gbìn ló ń pèsè àwọn lóèmí tá à ń mí sínú. Bí ò bá wá sóhun ọ̀gbìn mọ́, a jẹ́ pé àdínkù tó lápẹẹrẹ ti dé bá lóèmí táwọn èèyàn àtẹranko ń mí sínú nìyẹn. Bí lóèmí bá wá dínkù jọjọ débi pé kò wá sí mọ́, a jẹ́ pé ayé parẹ́ nìyẹn fáwọn ẹ̀dá abẹ̀mí tó wà lórí ilẹ̀. Ní nǹkan bíi ẹgbẹ̀lẹ́gbèjì kan ọdún, 1 billion years sígbà tá a wà yìí, ní àdínkù tó lápẹẹrẹ yóò bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní dé bá lóèmí lójú òfurufú ilé ayé. Ní nǹkan bí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọdún lẹ́yìn náà ló ṣeé ṣe káwọn ẹ̀dá abẹ̀mí máa parun díẹ̀díẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n ọ̀nà kan péré lèyí jẹ́ lára àwọn ọ̀nà tílé ayé fi lè parẹ́ fọ́mọ ẹ̀dá ènìyàn. Màá máa ṣàlàyé àwọn ọ̀nà míì táyé fi lè parẹ́ fọ́mọ ẹ̀dá ènìyàn lórí ilẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ iwájú. Ohun tí gbogbo èyí túmọ̀ sí ni pé ilé ayé tá a wà yìí ní gbèdéke ìgbà tí yóò parẹ́ fáwọn ẹ̀dá abẹ̀mí tó wà lórí ilẹ̀. Ìyẹn ni pé ilé ayé ní expiry date. Kí lẹ rí sọ̀rọ̀ yìí? Ẹ tún pàdé mi lábala àríwísí ìyẹn comments.
Kẹ wá jẹ́ ká pàdé nínú comment section. Mo kí wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí wípé a kú bójú ọjọ́ ṣe rí. Mo kẹ́yìn ìyá, mo kẹ́yìn bàbá, mo kí ẹ̀gbọ́n, mo kí àbúrò. Èmi ọmọ yín olólùfẹ́ yín. Ayé ọpẹ́ yọ sí yọrọ́tọ̀ sí yín náà ní
Kindly subscribe to YouTube channel and follow on Facebook page at Dr. Zabby's Talk Show.